have is very much more to say before I introduce you to Tiago Abreu, who will tell you about his personal experience with Fishbook. The authors are Tiago. We also have Samuel. Would you stand up in the audience? Samuel Fries.
Yeah.
I know Tiago is going to acknowledge him too, but Samuel was a real contributor to the artwork in the book. And so while Tiago speaks, we're just going to have the artwork from the book displayed for you. Please again, welcome Tiago Abreu.
Hi, I'm Tiago Abreu, and I'm telling you about my experience writing my book. Well, our book. This book is very special to me and the other authors of the fish book. It was tough sometimes, and also a great experience. The idea of the fish book popped up into my head in first grade. It was hard as a first grader to understand how hard it could be to write and publish a book. Our teacher, Mrs. Carlson, introduced the class to a brand new set of encyclopedias the year I started writing my book. These pages were colorful and easy to maneuver. I had a feeling I'd write a book about fish. My friend, someone and I loved fishing. We always went out on fishing trips together when we had extra time. We started to discover other resources as we wrote, such as fishing magazines and the internet. I was excited and hopeful that our book could go to the next level. As second grade began, we still had some pages left over from the previous year. I invited my friend Alexander, a third grader who was very interested in computer technology as much as fish and fishing. Alexander also did some of the illustrations, as all four authors did. We had never really gone deep sea fishing, and Alexander knew all about this. Our time in school became more productive, as we worked to finish our lessons quickly so that we had time to write our book. I had a chapter on fishing lures, which I had completed the year before, and we started on our next chapter, fishing rods. This chapter was comprised of 8 pictures of fishing rods. We really had lots of stuff to say, but we tried to keep it as simple as possible. In the middle of the chapter, we still had to research information, although we had a lot of experience with this year. We didn't know everything. It took us a long time to finish that chapter, although we did have 3 people working on it. At the end of the chapter, we invited another friend, Charles, to join. He amused us and kept us busy while correcting and rereading our work page by page. Charles also was very intelligent and had lots to say. Our next chapter was fishing boats. This had about 30 illustrations and descriptions. I was very pleased. Our main idea of the book was almost finished. Our last chapter was fish. We had already uploaded our book to the computer for editing and publishing while we were still working on this last chapter. Our teacher, Mrs. Carlson, scanned our images and put them on a USB, and we uploaded them onto iPhoto. We started to drag images into our desired page on My Publisher, the program we were using to publish the book. We dragged the text that we wrote down in Microsoft Word into the text boxes of the My Publisher layout. As we were trying to order the book, the computer began telling us about cropping errors. These were horrible. We were all trying to fix these things. Finally, Mrs. Carlson told us she would order the book how it was, and we would highlight our mistakes and fix the cropping errors that we didn't see. When the books arrived, I was amazed at all the cropping errors that we didn't see. It felt great to have our book, my idea, in print. When we reordered the book, someone wasn't there for the last week of Tiago. He was in Germany visiting his family. This year is different for me. Alexander's in 4th grade and no longer in my class. Charles moved to California, and someone is now back from Germany. This project was very valuable for me. I learned not only to publish a book, but to work on a team and express my creativity. I also made friends with a few boys I think will be my friends for the rest of my life. acknowledge Samuel, who's here with us in the audience today. Samuel, please stand.